Well, I'm here in sunny Sanford, Florida at the Love Your Shorts Film Festival, and I've actually got two pieces in the festival. And while I was here, it really got me thinking, so what do I want to do with Dream Factory when we're done? I mean, obviously I know we're going to get into the festival circuit, sure, but what else? And I thought, so it really got me thinking, and Annecy's a big one, Annecy, France, the film animation festival there. I haven't been in that since around 2000 or 2001 with Spike and Mike. That would be really cool. I thought, okay, but how can we make this bigger? I mean, we're really going to put a lot into this. Well, it would be really awesome to get an Oscar nomination. So it's not easy, but here's the cool thing. I actually have a contact with someone who sets up helping shorts get at least qualified for nomination. Now, I don't know what the cost is yet. That's one of the things I'm going to look into next. I'll fill you in as we go. But I'm going to look into that. Because what you have to do is you have to have screenings that people have to pay for at least a week in New York and or LA. So it's pretty limited, but then I had another idea. Now I've got a pitch meeting with Leica set up in a couple months. Well, since we're starting to see shorts in front of films again, I thought, hey, what if I could talk Leica into putting our short in front of one of theirs? We would automatically qualify. So that's something I'm going to look at as well. So we'll see what happens, but that's one of my goals now. I'm going to push this crew so that we can get an Oscar nomination. So keep your eye out. So after I got back from the festival, I couldn't stop thinking about going for an Oscar nomination. I mean, I know that's huge, but look, if you're going to go to something, why not go all the way, right? So you guys are going to be with me the entire way. So when I got back, I decided to look up some of the rules, see what I would be running into, what I could do. So it has to play in a theater, and it needs to play at least for a week, and admission has to be charged for it. Now, the theaters, they must meet the following criteria. So this is important. They need to regularly charge or show new releases. They need to charge admission. They need to have regular non-specialized programming open to the general public. The exploit and market films through regular listings and advertising, and generally run films for 7 consecutive days with multiple showings daily. Okay, now that's not the only way to get a nomination, but to do that, there's a couple places that can help you out. In fact, the Laemmle Theaters in LA actually have something. I think it's like $1,500 to pay them, and they'll run it for that week. But you can also qualify for nomination if you win a qualified festival on the Academy Short Film Qualifying Festival list. It's quite a mouthful. Now, just for animation, there's 50. I went through the list, I printed out. So there's 50 different festivals, but you've got to win it, not just get in. You've actually got to win the top prize. So then I started thinking, well, I want to use part of this to promote what I'm doing and promote myself as a director. So there's a question here, can I show my film on the web? And to still maintain qualification for an Oscar, you can show excerpts totaling up to 10% of the total running time. So if mine's going to be 5 minutes, that means, 1/10 of that, so half a minute. So I could put up to 30 seconds, and that's it. So it's not a whole lot, so I've got to be careful of that. Now, to work with, to submit it, I need to have a DCP, which is a digital cinema package. So I looked up what that will be. Now, there's a number of places that'll do it, but it's not the 1920 by 1080. So you've got to be careful. The dimensions need to be 2048 by 1080. Okay, so that's a little bit different. So I got to make sure I make this whole thing into that. And it doesn't cost that much. It's something like $5, just $5 a minute. But there's like a $75 minimum. And then depending on how you want it done, if it's a short film, they can just email you the file, or you can get on a USB drive. Or for, and who's this with? This is with Cinematique.com, Cinematiq.com. But they can also, for a full feature, they can put it onto a full drive for you, and in a Pelican case. So I printed all that out. Now that rate might change over time, but that's as I'm recording this. Or a USB drive, they can provide that on there for 125 bucks. So surprisingly inexpensive. So that was very cool. Now I would really love some help on that because obviously I'm doing more than just this. You know, I'm running my businesses too. So I've got a friend of mine who distributes short films. So I asked her, and the company she works with actually has a deal to help get you out there. So I'm going to be talking with her further about that as I get more going and I can show her more. But at least I know that's also an option. So that's how we're moving forward, and I'm going to push like hell on this thing to get it as great as I can, so we can qualify for an Oscar. So hang out, check it out, and keep your fingers crossed for me. Let's get it out there.